my car look like
No. Yeah, I'm gonna just make sure. Yeah.
Okay. Just give it a second. Check the sound, see if it's still up. Okay. Most High Christ. All right. All right. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Alatham Hashem Yahushai to all the sisters. I'm Officer Natazak with the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we're going to be doing Tuesday law class.
Wednesday.
Salakia, Wednesday law class. We'll have Priest and Officer Tabawan. He'll be coming to teach in the class, but for right now, I want to just get into this little topic real quick. I had this topic during camp, and I felt like it would be a Tawab class to do. It'd be a Tawab subject to do for class. So I want to get into the importance of the priest of the Lord. Okay, so you know we got this saying in the ISUPK. It's actually the prophets, and that saying is so deep because it's like, I wouldn't say it's our saying, but you know what I mean, it's a quote of ours. But it's deep because, you know what I mean, so many people come in and they just feel like they know the scriptures already. They know exactly what the Bible's saying. They know exactly what the precepts are aiming towards. They think they've got it pretty much all figured out. But the only way that you can get it figured out is getting in class, sitting in class, and learning by a priest and officer of the ISUPK. And there's a main importance of this. Like, there's a main importance to sit down and just listen. Humble yourself, sit down, be silent, and listen. You can't come in here thinking that you're just gonna come in here and just know it all right off the bat, and that you're just gonna get a little bit here. Oh yeah, well they look like they know what they're talking about here and there, and I'm just gonna take that with me. And no, it doesn't go like that. If you want to consider even being in here, getting in all black and putting in the time period to be a priest of the Lord, you got to go all in. It's pretty much, you got to put your whole life into it. Now, Itazan, priest Itazan, how important would you say being a priest is to you?
Slagia, if I may, when you're a priest and prophet of the Lord, you're a servant of the Most High, and I want brothers and sisters to really understand, if I may, what that means. You know, you get that oil on your head, you get anointed.
Right.
You know, you get your name, you get your Hebrew name, such and so forth. You are taking an oath that you are going to spend the rest of your life serving the Most High, following Christ, and serving your nation.
Right.
So-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians today.
Right.
And you got to be ready. You got to have it in your spirit to put in this work. And you're going to be faced with a lot of adversity. Roughly paraphrasing, scriptures say, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right.
When you come in here, you know, before you come in to the truth, look, I'm sorry, I'm going to just have to say, you married on Satan before you come into this truth.
Right.
You know, I know brothers, you know, have morals and sisters have morals and stuff like that, but when you in the world, you sinning. So when you come into this truth, if I may, I would look at it as Satan is kind of like that evil ex-girlfriend.
Exactly.
That you just can't get rid of.
Exactly.
You know, she just keep coming back.
Keep coming back.
Keep messing with you. Keep reminding you of the past and
Slashing your tires.
Yeah, she know everything about you. She
Right.
know the good, the bad, and Satan don't want to see you serve the Most High.
Exactly. So when we take this oath, we're putting our lives on the line. We're really sacrificing everything we have to put into this work for the Lord. Okay, so let me get if you can, let me get 2 Chronicles 36 and 16, and kind of just going back on topic about like people just, you know what I mean, feeling like they know everything and people not hearkening on to the voice of the priest. Like, I mean, if you're a priest and officer, trooper, you know what I mean, young man in the ISUPK, man, I commend you for that, because, you know what I mean, there's going to be trials and tribulations that come with it. And, you know what I mean, put your foot forward, you know what I mean, gird up your loins and put in this work, you know what I mean, and Lord be with you.
Slakia, if I may, you said 2 Chronicles
36 and 16.
36 and 16.
Let me get that, Baba Kashab. Go ahead and read it when you got it.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36, verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of God.
Right. So, when we do this, when we're on the streets, when we're in camp, trust and believe we face this all the time. We're always having to deal with someone who thinks we're pretty much a joke. They mock us, they sit over there and they act as if what we're saying is not as important as it is. There's going to be a time period where we're not even going to be out there to talk to those same people, and they're going to be begging that we're in that same spot in that corner.
Right.
You know what I mean? At that time period. It's always someone to sit over here and, you know what I mean? It's pretty much Satan, but, you know what I mean? They come in, they mock, they make their little, they want to put their opinion in on their disagreements of why they love, you know what I mean, our oppressor so much. But I mean, it's just this has been happening since the beginning of time. Like, the Lord sends His people, and you know what I mean, you're gonna have those people who won't take them serious. Go ahead, you can go ahead, keep going.
But they mocked the messengers of God and despised His words.
Right.
And misused His prophets, until the wrath of the Lord arose against His people, till there was no remedy.
So what happened to them? What happened to them? All that mocking, it just came to an end. And what did the Lord do? What was that again, Atazan?
Until the wrath of the Lord arose against His people.
The wrath of the Lord is going to rise against you. Take heed to what the prophets say. Because if this is just a joke to you, like, okay, that's fine. You don't want to, you want to be a part of the world. You want to stay in the world. You want to sin, and, you know what I mean, smoking weed is just something you will never do, never stop doing. Sleeping with, you know what I mean, heathens is something that you will never stop doing. You know what I mean, mocking the Lord, and that's something that you, I come across these people every day. They mock the Lord. They don't even, you know what I mean, as far as even showing any types of respect towards us, they mock the Lord Himself. You know what I mean? And what's going to happen to them?
The wrath of the Lord arose against His people, till there was no remedy.
So there was no remedy. Okay? So what is done before time is going to happen again. You know what I mean? The same people mocking us on these corners. When we sitting over here trying to put in our work, we could be at home with our families, but we sitting over here, we put in the work on these corners to try to wake these people up. You know what I mean? And get these people to understand the actual truth of these scriptures. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? They want to stay in this world. So what they do, they mock. And then what happens? You got to face the wrath of the Lord. Also, and let me get Luke 10 and 16, because there's a reason for all this. Like, people are not just, they're not just sitting over here saying what they have to say for no reason. They're not mocking because for no reason. They're doing it for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're doing it because they hate the Most High.
Right.
They're doing it because they hate Christ.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you can see us on the corner, you know what I mean, setting blaze on the corner, and you can't take heed to what we're saying, and you just want to keep continually, oh yeah, well the Lord didn't say specifically that we can't smoke weed. Okay, you want to be in the world, but you want to be in the world. That's pretty much it. You want to smoke weed. You don't want to heed on to what the Lord says. It doesn't matter. He could have said it blatantly. Don't put that blunt in your mouth. What do you want to say? Oh, well, I use what do they got? A bomb. Like they just like they're gonna find any type of reason to do what they want to do. You know what I mean? Like even with being with different nations, you know what I mean? You're gonna find an excuse. Well, the Lord didn't say specifically this particular person, so I'm gonna keep doing what I got. All right, you're not heeding on to the word of the Lord. There's a reason for that. You hate the Lord. That's it. That's it. If you can watch these classes, you can watch these brothers out doing these classes and not take heed to what they're saying. It's because you hate the Lord, and that's it. Okay. Let me get Luke 10 and 16.
10 and 16. The book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 16. He that heareth you heareth me, and he that despiseth you despiseth me.
Right there. This is Christ saying this.
Right.
So the words that you're speaking, you know what I mean? Well, the words that we speak, you know what I mean? It's not just coming from us. If you hate what we're saying, if you hate what we're teaching, it's not because you hate, it's not because we're preaching hate, it's because you hate the Lord.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just pretty much plain and simple. It's blatant. Let me get that one more time.
The book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 16. He that heareth you heareth me.
He that heareth you heareth me. This is not just our words. Keep going.
And he that despiseth you despiseth me.
We get that despise all the time. We head out on those corners. I see it all the time. All the time. No one wants to hear what we got. As soon as we say that, you know what I mean, don't sleep with other nations. You wouldn't believe it. It's just, and the other nations ain't even tripping. They'll just walk on by.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not worried about it. It's always us that always has to put our foot forward, debate, you know what I mean? Want to get aggressive, want to get physical, all because what? We're speaking about somebody that's not you. You know what I mean? It's not because you hate us, it's because you hate the Most High. You hate Christ. Go ahead.
And he that despiseth me despiseth him that sent me.
If you despise Christ, you despise the Most High. Christ and the Most High are on one accord. We are on one accord with Christ.
Right.
We're doing what Christ told us to do. We're not just on the corners for no reason. We're doing what Christ was doing. You know what I mean? So if you despise what we're doing, you despise Christ. Let me get another one. Let me get 2 Chronicles 24 and 18. But this is just something like, it's always something that we see all the time. It's just people have a real, and it's not really even the time period to even have that animosity towards us right now, because you already see that pretty much all your churches abandoned you. You know what I mean?
Right.
They closed down on you. They're not even doing, I don't even see them doing lives no more. You know what I mean? Like they just completely abandoned you. They can't get your money. They don't want to teach you nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? We've been in this since the pandemic started. I don't think the protocol ever changed. It's been the same thing over and over again. We stick to schedule. Our schedule is not stopped at all. We've been on it since the pandemic started. Where's the churches at? You know what I mean? So let me get Salaki. What's that?
You said 2 Chronicles.
2 Chronicles. Yeah, let me get that precept.
You said chapter 24. What was it?
24 and 18.
24 and 18. Come. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 24, verse 18. And they left the house of the Lord God of their fathers, and served groves and idols. And wrath came upon Judah and Jerusalem for this their trespass.
Okay, so this is the same thing that's happening there. It groves and idols, Christian churches, you know what I mean? I see a lot of people worshiping weed. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people worshiping food. You know what I mean? These are particular idols that people to this day are still serving to this day. And what happens all the time? The Lord's wrath is going to come upon you, pretty much. You know what I mean? You need to serve this book. That's it. You need to serve these teachings that we give. That's it. That's it. Serve Christ. You know what I mean? Serve Christ. Go ahead.
Salagi, if I may, I just wanted to bring up how crazy it is, how blind a lot of brothers and sisters out in the world are really to this truth, because it's right there in front of them. Like you see every single day, like, or every week or so on, there's always another brother who's getting murdered, you know, or a sister that goes missing.
Right.
And, you know, you see all these brothers and sisters go to these so-called Christian churches, and they've been sinning from Monday to Saturday, and then they come in on Sunday and catch the Holy Ghost and, you know, said that, oh, you know, what's that saying? I'm a God-fearing man
Yeah, right.
and all that.
Right.
But how do you really fear the Most High if you're sinning and you're going against Him, like you brought up earlier?
Right.
That's you showing that you hate the Most High. That don't even make no sense.
That's pretty much it. I mean, man, to that point, like, I still don't even get that spirit, honestly. But what you were saying also about the whole death rate thing, like, man, that is something that's very big lately. Like, you can, like, I don't know, like, when I was growing up and you know what I mean, not to mention my age, but god dang, early 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seemed like the vibe different now. Like, you can walk outside and you could just smell death in the air. You know what I mean? Like, every night I'm hearing sirens. Every night I'm hearing shootings. I'm hearing, you know what I mean, paramedics, car accidents. You know what I mean? Death is really like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not just here. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it's across the world. I mean, we all got social media. We see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, death is really working right now. You know what I mean? There's a spirit out here right now, and I really hope that everybody finds their way to the truth. All our brothers and sisters, I hope they find their way to the truth and let them have their own perspective, whether they want to be in it or not. But right now, it's a lot of people dying. And then they want to open up everything in about, what, a month?
Right.
It's I know people still catching the COVID. You know what I mean? They ain't went nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, and the death rates ain't went nowhere either. You see what's going on in India? Or wherever that's at, like, the death rates it seems like it's rising, honestly. Like, COVID has not went anywhere. But they got preschools about to open up. They got elementary schools about to open up. Everybody's about to be going to school. No, they don't need no vaccine or nothing. I mean, not if it matters or not, but you don't even need it. Like, just go ahead. We're going to open everything back up. We want you guys to get right back on schedule. And watch. That stench in the air of death that you wake up every morning to when you walk outside, it's going to get thicker. And it's going to get thicker. You know what I mean? You're going to see a lot. It's going to be hitting a lot more closer to home, because those people that are around you, you know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? I see it right now. There's a lot of people I know, like, you know what I mean, going through situations where, you know what I mean, they losing people. And we losing a lot of our brothers and sisters. It seems like, you know what I mean, the judgment is hitting us the hardest. So we got to find our way to the Most High. We got to find our way to the teachings of Christ. You know what I mean? Let me get, go ahead and finish that precept.
It's like, that was it for verse 18.
Yeah, let me get 19.
19, come. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 24, verse 19. Yet he sent prophets to them to bring them again unto the Lord, and they testified against them, but they would not give ear.
It seemed like it's the same ending all the time. They're not listening. And then what's the ending after that? The wrath of the Lord. You know what I mean? Take heed to what we're teaching. You know what I mean? Take heed to what we're trying to bring to you on these, whether if it's here, whether if it's in camp, like whether if it's just a council one-on-one. You know what I mean? Take heed to what the prophets of the Lord are bringing to you. All right. Well, we solid. All right. I'm gonna pass the class to Priest and Officer Thaba One.
Good. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? All right, no sweat. We're gonna go into what y'all been reading, what y'all been studying, what y'all been looking into.
Salaki, sir. I had a question.
Okay.
Let me see. Salaki, let me pull it up. Oh yeah, for Salaki, for Luke 16 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know, like, okay, what was the meaning of the parable of hell being described after death?
Okay, hell. Okay, you talking about the parable of Lazarus?
Come on, come.
Okay, so you do know hell is not. Who believes hell is an actual place that you burn forever, for eternity? We all pretty solid on that, right? That's not biblical, right? Now, the parable, it was exactly that. It was a parable, meaning what? Go ahead.
It was like a metaphor.
Yeah, it was allegorical. You know what I mean? So when you look at hell in the Bible, it relates to what? Go ahead.
It relates to like how can I say?
Hell is one or two things in the Bible.
It's like a stage of, it's like a time of hardship, I would say.
Kramashat.
It's a condition.
It's a condition. Get that man in hand.
Right.
What else is it?
Mental state.
Mental state. Hell. You could be going through hell. I will allude that to condition though. So yeah, good answer though. Right? What else?
Grave.
The grave. Right? The grave. Because like in Psalms it says, David said, you will not leave my soul in hell, which translates to grave, referring to Christ when he died because he didn't leave his body in the grave. What happened with Christ? Christ died, right? That was it. Kramashat. He resurrected. You understand? He rose from the dead. Who else rose from the dead in the Bible? We're here to learn the Bible, right? So let's learn the Bible. Let's talk about the Bible. I mean, because outside of the Bible, you have no hope. I don't know if anybody told you. There's no hope outside of the Bible.
Right.
You can go try the Quran if you want to. It's going to lead right back to the Bible. Israel, 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 Israel. I'm not joking. It's in there.
Right.
So let's take this opportunity very seriously. It's a what they say. It's a wonderful time to be alive. Remember when Christ rose from the dead, and what was the first thing Peter asked him? One of the first things Peter asked him. He said, "Will thou at this time restore the kingdom to Israel?" You know why we do this? You know why you in here trying to change your life? Because you don't want to be oppressed anymore. I know I don't.
Right.
I don't want to serve in the white man's army anymore. I don't want to serve food, work a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Depend on his education system. Right? This place is going to crumble. I don't know if you see what's going on in the Middle East right now. You see what's going on in the Middle East, Itazan?
I looked at it like very briefly.
Yeah, just based on what you know.
They have a lot of. It's just a lot of this, like kind of like what you brought up earlier, Natazaki. It's a lot of destruction and death going over there right now. They got riots going on. They shooting up people.
Between who? Israel and Palestine. Right? Go ahead.
No, a lot. Slack. That's all I had, sir.
No sweat. So what you're seeing is biblical prophecy.
Come.
What you're seeing is, listen, Israel, the people in the land of Israel today, as we all know, are not the real Jews. God is going to remove them from that land. He's going to place us there. But how is he going? He's just going to make them vanish, right? He's just going to teleport them at another spot? No, it's going to be war. You understand? Let's get into the Bible, man. Let's get Revelation 11 and 8. Right? Let's get it. Revelation 11 and 8. Let me see. They shooting rock like people are dying. You get my point? Right. Children dying. They shooting rockets, dropping bombs on each other right now. In Israel, that's biblical prophecy. Who got it? Go ahead, Itazan.
Come. The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Not 8. It is verse.
Sloppy.
No, that was my fault. It's verse 14.
Verse 14. Okay, come. The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14.
Read.
And the second woe is past.
The what?
The second woe is past.
The second. Now this is the Bible. This ain't my words. Let's not focus on. Let's focus on this. The second woe is past. What does woe mean in the Bible? Remind.
Death and destruction.
Destruction. The second destruction is past. Now, if you're someone who received visions, right? What would be an event that would be destructive, young man? Mm-hmm. What event happened in history that was destructive? That can be the second woe.
The second
A world calamity. I gave you a hint.
one. COVID.
COVID, yeah, that's true. But let's think.
We could do COVID. You got. That's not a world calamity.
Think destruction. Think guns, tanks, armies.
Like World War II.
Get that man a hand. World War II, right? That's the second woe, because earlier on, as you read Revelation, it says the first woe cometh quickly, and the second woe cometh. Right? That was World War I. World War II. It says the second woe, it says what? Is past. Now we're in a time where that second woe is done away with. World War II happened, right? The effects of it happened. Now, keep reading.
Khan. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
And the what?
The third woe cometh quickly.
What does that mean, Quran Mashak? The third woe cometh quickly. It's not saying woe like, whoa. It's saying woe as in W-O-E, destruction. So the third woe cometh, right?
Come.
It might come.
Live.
It could come. It's going to wait on you to change.
Live.
Nah, it's going to come, whether you change or not. You see that?
Right.
That should put the fear of God in your mind.
Right.
The third woe cometh quickly. What is that? Young man.
What's the third one? Well,
Uh-huh. If the second woe is World War II, what is the third woe?
World War III.
Get that man a hand.
Right.
I was hoping you didn't say four. You know what I mean? But the third woe is gonna come. Now that the tensions are rising in the Middle East, Russia's gonna get involved. Go ahead, brother.
That's what I was about to ask. What that would be between, like, because I know China and them just separated with someone. So
Mhm.
would that be between, like, particularly the majority of the nations against each other?
Exactly. And the vocal point of the destruction is going to be America. America is going to be one big desert according to the Bible. There's not enough few proud Marines that'll stop it. Because a lot of Marines and the toughest men in your Navy, they're going to be crying for their mother in that day. You see, because this is what's going to happen. They're going to be in that Middle East. It's going to be the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Battle of Armageddon, or however you want to title it. The Bible declares it, gives it many names. But what's going to happen is, at the end of the day, this place is going to go up in flames. People are going to die.
Right.
And it's not going to be a quick death. Right? Go to 2nd Ezra 9 in the Apocrypha. Let me get you to understand something. Knowing this truth it can be beneficial. It can save your life, or you was better off not knowing it at all. You get my point? You're better off not knowing anything about Christ, anything about who you are, anything about this Bible, than to know and turn your back on it. Go to 2nd Ezra 9 and 13. Because, you know, people say, oh, I'm going to live my life. Whatever happens to me is going to happen. That's their mindset. What a foolish mindset. 2nd Ezra 9 and 11. Ooh, wee. Go ahead, Ike. Who got it? Go ahead, Ike Tazan.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 11.
Go ahead.
And they that have loathed my law,
This is God talking through Ezra to black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people. To them that have loathed my law. What does that mean? To loathe the Lord's law. Ike Tazan.
to hate, in a sense,
So how would you hate his law?
by going against the law.
By going against it in action, right?
Right.
Keep reading.
While they had yet liberty,
While they had yet liberty. So you despise the Most High's law while you have liberty. What is your liberty in 2021? What's your liberty? What does it mean to have liberty? Somebody, if we need to look up the definition, someone look up the definition. You got it? Or tell me what you...
I want to say liberty is like freedom. Right?
Freedom, right? Don't they say liberty and justice for all or something like that? Some garbage, right?
Oh,
Salakia, sir, if I may, I just thought of something. I didn't even realize.
Hit me with it.
Actually, Esau's military. Whenever we go out and port or whatever, they always call it Liberty Call.
Okay.
Call it over ahead of time.
And what does that mean?
That you free. You free.
Okay, yeah, liberty, right? So they that loathe my law, while they had yet liberty, break it down.
You hated the word while
While
you
you
had
had
the
it.
freedom to do it.
Okay. Who else want to give a stab at it? All right, let's keep reading. Let's make it make sense.
And when as yet place of repentance was upon, Slakia,
Mhm.
was open unto them.
Right. They hated the Most High's law. They didn't want to follow His law, statutes, and commandments while they had liberty. Right? When place of repentance was open unto us. It's not talking about white people, Chinese people, it's talking about blacks and Mexicans. Niggas. You get my point? We have opportunity to repent, to change our lives, but we see how free we are that, I'm not gonna die because I smoked a cigarette right now, so, I got liberty, I got time. Right?
Right.
That's what the Most High is saying right here. Read on.
Slakia, let me just go back.
Read from the top.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
This is the place of repentance being open unto you. What happens? What did they do?
Understood not,
They understood not. Read on.
but despised it.
But despised it. What does that mean? Someone get Proverbs 13:13. They despise what? Krab Mashat. Go ahead.
The law.
The laws of the Most High. Right? Which is why we're here in the first place. That's why we went into slavery. That's why the Native Indian man was taken over how he was and thrown on a reservation and in the condition that he is in today because we broke God's laws. Proverbs 13:13. We despised it. What happens if you despise? Read on. Proverbs 13:13.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
Whoso despises,
Whoso what?
whoso despises,
One more time.
whoso despises
Whoso despiseth
the word,
the what? What's included in this word? Rules. There's rules we live by. All your life you had what? Liberty. To do whatever the hell you want to do. When you come in here, when you want to serve God and not be a Christian, because Christians don't serve God.
Right.
What's the difference between a Christian and you? You obey God's rules. They make their own rules. You get my point? God loves me no matter what. You lying to yourself. You get my point? Keep reading. Let's start from the top.
verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word
Read on.
shall be destroyed.
Shall be what?
Shall be destroyed.
Might be destroyed.
Shall be destroyed.
Could be destroyed.
Shall be destroyed.
It's a possibility.
Shall be
You
destroyed.
hear that, right?
Come on.
Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed. The person who knows it, it's not for me. You're gonna be destroyed. But how are you gonna be destroyed? Go back to 2nd Esdras 9 and 12. Let's look at it.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 12.
Go ahead.
The same must know it.
The same what?
The same must know it.
Who is the same? Who is the same? The same one who despised the law while they had yet liberty. That was the verse up above this verse. Right, Ramak?
Oh, no.
The same what?
Must know it
Must know it.
after death.
After what?
After death.
By how?
By pain.
By what?
By pain.
By what?
By pain.
By pain. You're gonna die a painful death. You turn your back on Christ. That's what's gonna happen. You turn your back on. You turn your back on your brothers. You are turning your back on Christ, essentially, because Christ is all about the brotherhood. You know what I mean? And don't nobody have your back in here more than. Don't nobody have your back like we do.
Right.
You understand? Satan might try and tell you otherwise, but don't believe them demons.
No.
You know what I mean? Satan's gonna get in your ear and tell you why that brother this, that, and the third. Right? All them spirits gonna get in your mind. You're gonna allow them. Then you're gonna go to your friends in the world because they never stole from you. You know what I mean? They never lusted after your wife. You know what I mean? Like, and here you're gonna find out that the men of the Lord are indeed that. The men of the Lord. A man of the Lord is what? someone who carries himself with discipline, righteous morals, right? We don't talk about this and then after class go do everything opposite of what I just taught. That don't make no sense. That's not a man, that's a hypocrite. You're not allowed to be that in here. Or you're gonna know death. How? By pain. God's gonna kill you. Go to Proverbs 8. No, Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8 and 13. No. Yeah, 13. Is that it? Yeah, just read 13. No. Let me check. It's like, any questions so far? All right, no sweat. It's Proverbs chapter 8. Let me see here. And 35. 35. Proverbs 8 and 35.
Okay. The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 35. For whoso findeth me, findeth life.
Right, whoso findeth me, findeth this truth, brother. You finding life. Right? That's why it seems so different and unusual, because you've been dead. I don't know if anybody told you, you're dead. It's the way you carry yourself, you're dead. You get my point? But you come here, you find out how to live. We want you to live, brother. I don't want you to see doing the same things you've been doing that categorize you as someone who is dead. I want to see you live. But you know who wants to see, who doesn't want to see you live? Satan. That voice in your head. Right? Come on, man. Keep reading.
Come on, God. For whoso findeth me, findeth life.
Right, sit up.
Come on, God. And shall obtain favor of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse
That's what you should want. You want to obtain favor of the Lord. That's what you should. When we say the Lord, the Most High, God, get all that Christian garbage out of your mind right now. Get it out of. He's not your personal genie. He's not your grand wizard. The Most High is a living power. And he's watching your every move. Make the wrong one if you want to. Make the wrong choice if you want to. Keep reading.
Come on, God. Verse 36. But he that sinneth against me,
He that sinneth against me, read on,
wrongeth his own soul.
wrongs his own soul. Right? You wronging your own soul. Read on.
Come on, God. All they that hate me.
All day that, how do you hate the Most High? What would you just read the second Esdras?
You want me to
They that loathe my law, right? What that mean?
to hate the law?
Hate the Most High. Essentially. If you hate his rules, you have no respect for him. Right? But you're going to call on him when you need him now. But this is what he's saying. All they that hate me, all they that despise my word, that didn't want to listen. Read on.
All they that hate me love death.
They what?
Love death.
Love death, man. You want to die. You want to die. Go to Second Esdras, chapter 1. No, actually, give me Psalms 147 and 10. Give me Jeremiah 5. And then you hold Proverbs 5 or Proverbs chapter 9, Karamashak.
The book of Psalms.
I'm gonna rotate.
Oh,
Psalms 147 and 10. He delighteth not in the strength of the horse.
He delighteth not in the strength of the horse. Right? This is about talking about the Most High. What he delights in. Read on.
He taketh not pleasure in the legs of a man.
What that mean? It don't matter how physically strong you are. You you look at it outside of this truth, the most physically built men and big and strong are weak in here. They're absolutely weak. They can lie to you all they want to. How I know? When Christ comes, them knees gonna buckle. All right? Right? When they're getting drafted, them knees gonna buckle. When they're given the ultimatum of starving or serving the Lord or facing death, oh, I'm eating. Let's fear the Lord to begin with. Right? But not us. You read about them, you know about the 7 brothers in the book of Maccabees, right?
Right.
Who died because they didn't want to eat pork?
Right.
That's the level of where your faith got to be at.
Right.
They can put me to death for this. Oh well, I'll be back doing the same thing. You understand? Keep reading.
The Lord taketh pleasure in them that fear him.
What does the Lord take pleasure in?
In them that fear him.
In them that fear him. Read on.
In those that hope in his mercy.
And that's what we got to do. But let me show you what we did as a people. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 1, verse 11 in the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra. Here, Crop Mashak. You got an Apocrypha?
Kind of.
Okay. 2nd Ezra 1 and 11. Who got it? You got it? Go ahead, let's read it out.
2nd Ezra 1 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
All the nations have I destroyed before them.
This is the Most High. This is God Almighty. He's saying, all the nations have I destroyed before you. Black people and Hispanic people. Read on.
And in the east I have scattered the people of 2 provinces.
Do you know how we got into the land of Israel? People died. Other nations died. The Egyptians, when we left Egypt, we was able to leave because the Lord brought great terror upon them. For our sakes. The Most High is going to tell you everything he's done for us. Then he's going to tell you everything you've done for him. Keep reading.
Even of Tyrus and Sidon.
Uh-huh.
And have slain all their enemies.
And slain all of our enemies. Read on. This is the Most High talking to Esdras. Read on.
Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, Thus said the Lord, I lead you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage.
Right. He led us through the sea. Right? What that mean? What is he talking? What is the Most High talking about here? Karab Mashak?
Calling us. Like basically leading us into the truth.
No, okay. He's speaking on events. The Most High is reminding you, Karab Mashak, of what he did for us. Itazam and Ramat. I'll go handle it. Or not Tazat. I mean, it's like it. Go ahead. Oh, no. So what is he? Read that again.
I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage.
What is that talking about, Karab?
Exodus. The book of Moses.
The Exodus, right? When he split the Red Sea for us, right? Go ahead. That's what you're going to say? That's what you're going to say? No sweat. Go ahead.
I gave you Moses for a leader.
He gave us Moses for a leader. Do you know the condition we was in before that? You see them pyramids in Giza? Do you see them? We built that. We were absolute slaves in Egypt. All right? You think down south is hot? Egypt. Bacon in that sun, bro. You know the land of Africa is originally named Ham. Because there's just, dominantly Hamites from there, right? You know what Ham means? What?
It means hot, sir.
Thank you. You see that, right? That's why that's their land, because it's hot. Chum in the Hebrew. Go ahead.
And Aaron for a priest.
But he said, I took you from all of that. And I gave you Moses for a leader. When you had no leader. You get my point? Read on.
I gave you light and a pillar of fire.
I gave you light and a pillar of fire by night and by day. Meaning, I made sure you were able to see when it was darkest. Right? The Lord caused chariots and whatnot. Go ahead, read on. What's going on, Kratza?
And great wonders have I done among you.
And great wonders have he done among us. This is what the Most High is saying. Great wonders, great things. He made quail come down from heaven, right? Kratza? Didn't we eat angels' bread? When we was starving in the wilderness? For what, 40 plus years? Read on.
Yet you have forgotten me.
What did he say?
Yet ye have forgotten me.
One more time.
Yet have ye forgotten.
I did all of this. Right? I showed you that the Egyptians' gods were no gods. I gave you my laws, statutes, commandments. I cracked the sky on your behalf. I've killed the firstborn of everyone in Egypt, including their animals. I brought locusts upon their crops. I split the Red Sea when your enemies sought to take your life, to kill your child. I was there. Not Ra, not your grandmother, not Isis, Horus, not you. I was there. I defended you. I saved your life. That's what the Most High is saying, and you forgot about me. What does that tell you about us? That's despicable, man.
Damn right.
That's despicable. Everything the Lord has done for us, that's not even half of what the Most High has done for us. And you forgot about me. You still sleep with men's wives. You still lie. After everything I've done for you. Keep reading.
Said the Lord.
This is what God is saying. Keep going.
Thus said the Almighty Lord.
The who?
Almighty Lord.
The president?
Almighty Lord.
The Almighty. Ooh-wee. Keep going.
The quails were as a token to you.
The quail were as a token to you. What does that mean, Kratazai? The quail was as a token for you.
Like
A sign of...
a sign that's showing you that I'm here with you.
Exactly. Y'all, everybody understand?
God.
Read on.
I gave you tents for your safeguard.
I gave you tents for your safeguard. Kratazai, what does that mean?
I gave him a place to live.
I gave you weren't out here with nothing. You get my point? You weren't in the wilderness, even though you were murmuring and speaking under your breath, right? Against the Lord. Why did he bring us out of Egypt? Man, I'd rather go back and have things how it was. But did you bring us out here to die? Everybody was talking against Moses. Who does this nigga think he is? Right? And all while the Lord is feeding us, giving us drink. Right? Keep going.
Nevertheless, ye murmured there.
You murmured there. You talk crap there. That's how you know who the Israelites are. That's how you know who Israel is. Keep reading.
And triumphed not in my name for the destruction of your enemy.
And you didn't triumph in my name for the destruction because of what I did. But you turned your back on me. You forgot about me. Read on.
But ever to this day do you yet murmur.
To this day you murmur. You see that? To this day. What's today's date? Yeah, today. You murmur. Right? Read on.
Where are the benefits that I have done for you?
One more time.
Where are the benefits that I have done for you?
Keep going.
When ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, why hast thou brought us into the wilderness to kill us?
Didn't I just say that? That's what we said. Read on.
It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians.
You hear that? What a slap in the face, right, Kratazai? What a slap in the face for the Most High to do all what he did, and the nigga would be like, man, I'd rather go back. I'd rather go back to Egypt. You get what I'm saying? How disrespectful, right? But we still disrespectful as a people. Keep reading.
Than to die in this wilderness. Then had I pity upon your mournings, and gave you manna to eat, so ye did eat angel's bread.
Read on.
When you were thirsty, did I not cleave the rock?
Right. You know, when you read the history, you can read a lot of this in Numbers, in case of those of you who are wondering. When we were in the wilderness, the book of Numbers is where you want to go. And when we was in the wilderness, it was exactly that, a wilderness. It wasn't no, convenience stores around the corner to get something to drink. It was a desolate land, a desolate landmass where there wasn't much to eat or drink. And so what happened was we complained, and the Lord caused Moses, well, he was supposed to speak to the rock, but he actually struck the rock. Right, Kratazai? And so what happened was water came out of this large rock. Water. You get my point? When the last time you seen a water gush out, or it's like a rock gush out water for you to drink, you and your family? That was a wondrous work. Things like that are going to happen. What you think chariots in the sky is going to be? An everyday thing? That's going to be something nobody's ever seen at the capacity of that of which Christ is going to come back with. All the angels, people are going to be like, you know what I mean? People's heart are literally gonna stop out of fear. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
You're gonna know what's going on, and you're gonna know in that day whether you was living right or wrong. And I pray you was living right. Read on.
And waters flowed out to your field. For the heat I covered you with the leaves of the tree.
Right. Read on.
I divided among you a fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites.
He gave us the land of Israel. Remember who was there before us? Who's in the land of Israel before us?
Amalek?
He just said it.
Oh, Hamites,
Hamites, Canaanites were there. Right? It was known as the land of Canaan prior. See that? Read on. And the Most High got rid of them. That's when he told us to go in there, destroy all their groves, their places of worship, their idols, burn it all. And them too. Right? And he gave us that land. Read on.
The Pezerites and the Philistines before you.
Right?
What shall I yet do more for you?
What shall I yet do more for you? Read on.
Said the Lord.
Go ahead.
Thus said the Almighty Lord.
Read.
When you were in the wilderness.
When you were in the wilderness, read on.
In the river of the Amorites, being athirst and blaspheming my name. I gave you not fire for your blasphemies, but cast a tree in the water and made the river sweet.
Because in that particular time in history, we saw something to drink, but the waters were contaminated. And the Lord gave Moses the wisdom to put specific things into this river. It filtered it. We were able to drink. Read on.
What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou, Judah, wouldst not obey me.
Right. Who is Jacob and Judah? Who is Jacob and Judah? Young man. Who's Jacob? That's true. But who is Jacob? There's a specific answer I'm looking for. Read that part again.
What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob, thou Judah?
What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob and Judah? Who is that?
Israel.
Who is that? That's all right. Young man.
I don't know if I'm right, but is it the son of Noah?
No, good guess. Good guess. You want to try again? Who is Jacob and Judah? Better take a stab? Go ahead.
Us, the Israelites.
Okay, almost. It's a specific answer I'm looking for. I'm gonna take a stab at it. Not exact Itazam.
I was about to say Israel, sir.
Jacob and Judah. That's true. Correct this out.
A certain portion of the nations we call Israel, and a certain portion of the nations we call Judah.
I see what you're going. What you doing there? Nah, no. That's true, but Ramat. Yeah, that's true. Who is Jacob and Judah? It's like Krav shot.
They're chosen.
No. Young man again.
Southern Kingdom?
That's true. Judah is Southern Kingdom. That's that.
Is that like the ones who listen and the ones who don't listen?
Ask me. Anybody want to take another stab at it? Krav shot.
They're leaders.
You want to take another stab at it? I am. That's your answer. I'm Jacob. I'm Judah. You right?
I was hoping it was.
What's your nationality? No, bro. What's your nationality? You Jacob. I know your Jacob's our forefathers, and Jacob is Israel, name change, right? But you're Jacob. You got to remind yourself, I'm from the line of Jacob. That's heavy, right? Because all your life you ain't been nothing but, a Johnson. right? Or what else? A Davis, right? No, you're Jacob. For real, you're Jacob. And what did the Lord say about Jacob? Read it again.
What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob?
Oh, Jacob, what shall I do unto you? You get that? Read on.
Thou Judah,
Right?
wouldst not obey me.
What do we not do? Kratazah?
Obey
We don't obey who?
the Lord.
What does it mean to obey? All right, Zah.
So listen.
Let's get the definition of obey. Go ahead, Natazak. You got it.
Oh, I was just gonna say to take command or
You got it, Kratazah? Go ahead, brother.
Abide by his rules.
Abide by his rules. Okay, that's good. That's a good answer. All right, Zah.
It's like I got the Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition for obey.
Okay, let's hear it.
To follow the commands or guidance of.
To follow the commands or guidance of. So yeah, the brother was right. Abide by his rules. It means to obey. Right? Keep reading. Second Ezra.
Thou Judah, wouldst not obey me.
Uh-huh.
I will turn me to other nations.
What did he say?
I will turn me to other
The
nations.
Most High said he'll turn to other nations. You gonna wait? You want the Most High to go to the Chinese? Why? Keep reading.
And unto those will I give my name,
Uh-huh. And what else?
that they may keep my statutes.
Uh-huh.
Seeing ye have forsaken me.
You hear that? Most High said, I'll go to the Chinese, and they'll listen to me. I'll go to the Russians. They'll listen to me. Right? Hell, they want to be you. Hello? You people in the land of Israel, they're begging for the Most High to be with them. They want to be who you are. That should mean everything. That should mean everything. Right? It's like, identity theft.
Right.
Right? We Israel got the good credit with the Most High. Right? And the other nations have no credit. But they want to scam and be us. You see that? We can't allow that. Right? Keep reading.
I will forsake you also.
He said, I'll forsake you. We keep it up, he gonna forsake us. Right? This is what the Most High is telling us, to put fear, keyword, fear in your hearts, in hopes of you what?
Changing your way.
Changing your way,
Obey.
obeying.
It's like I was gonna say that.
What else? Remember, what did he say? He said, you forgot me. So we gotta remember. Right? Keep reading. Let me know when you get to verse 27.
When ye desire me to be gracious unto you.
Look, when you pray to me on the side of your bed, when you sick, when you go to the doctors and find out you got this disease and the doctor said you got a month to live, right? You're going to pray to me and pray to me and pray to me. But you forgot about me when you was learning this truth, right? He said, read it again.
When ye desire me to be gracious unto you.
Right?
I shall have no mercy upon you.
What is he going to do?
I shall have no mercy upon you.
I'm not going to have any mercy. You get my point? What does that mean, Akazan? Break that part down right there.
It's like, I mean, when it says, seeing ye have forsaken me, like when you said, like, Israel has had a, what's the
Not
word?
Israel.
Well,
We.
Well,
You get my point?
Us.
Right. Us as Israelites.
We've
I got
had a, what's the word I'm looking for? We've had a record of being disobedient to the Most High and forsaking Him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What's the last part mean? I will not have mercy on you.
in our time of need, like, okay, like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today, like, this is how you know, like, we're the lowest people. Anytime we're faced with any, what's the word I'm looking for? Any traumatic event,
Right.
Like, you might lose a loved one or etc. The first thing we always do is pray. We always want to pray to the Most High,
Uh-huh.
and we're wishing for all these good things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But we forsake the Most High.
We forsake the Most High.
So like, if I may, it's like, why would the Most High help us if I may, play the harlot?
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
Most High?
If it's like if the Most High is calling you on your phone, right? Metaphorically, of course.
Come.
And you keep hitting what? Reject. Send him straight to voicemail, right? Every time he calling you constantly. Straight to voicemail. I don't know what to say. Right? You answer when Satan called up. It's crazy. But you deny the Most High's call. So when you call the Most High, what he gonna do? Straight to voicemail. Right? Listen. Go to Proverbs 28:9. Who was that? Not Zach?
Swamp.
Okay. Proverbs 28:9. Go ahead, Design. You got it?
Oh,
go ahead,
so
Nathan.
like, I was actually gonna ask, did you still? I know you said you wanted Jeremiah.
Yeah, hold that. Hold that.
Okay, come
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 9.
Read on.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
This is out of the Bible. That's the Bible you reading? Man. He that turns away his ear from hearing the law, right, Karatazan? What?
Even his prayer shall be abomination.
Shall be what?
Shall be abomination.
Received with joy?
Shall be
It's
abomination.
going to be abomination in the sight of the Lord. The Lord's going to look at it as a detestable thing like filth. It's not going to reach the throne of the Lord. Right? Because you despise it. Go to John 9:31. He that turns away his ear from hearing the law. Right? Even his prayer shall be an abomination. So you keep sinning, if you want to, you're going to die. That's what's going to happen. Go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God hears not sinners.
The Lord don't hear sinners. Read on.
But if any man be a worshiper of God.
But if you be a worshiper of God, but how do you worship God, Karatazai?
Myself. Most likely. Not sure. That's a tricky question.
Yeah, it is. It is. Read that part again. Get John 4 from 24.
But if any man be a worshiper of God.
But if any man be a worshiper of God, how do you worship God? Let's get it. John 4 and 22.
22.
Uh-huh.
The book of John, chapter 4, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Ye worship, ye know, Slakia. Ye worship, ye know not what.
Mm-hmm.
We know that, Slakia. We know what we worship. For salvation is of the Jews.
Right? Keep reading. It is verse 24. Go ahead.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
Right? Read on.
For the Father seeketh such to worship him.
The Father seeketh such to worship him. Right? Read on.
God is a spirit.
This is how you worship him. Read on.
And they that worship him.
And they that worship him
must worship him.
How?
In spirit.
How?
And in truth.
And in truth. Sincerely. You get my point? So read what you got again, Karatazai, from the top.
Book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
We know God don't hear sinners. Why? Because they don't worship God in spirit and truth. They worship themselves. Right? They worship them drugs. They worship the whores they lust after. That's what they worship. Right? Read on.
But if any man be a worshiper of the Most High.
If you be a worshiper of the Most High, read on.
And doeth his will.
And you do his will. What's his will? Kramashat?
The law.
Of physics?
The law of his law.
Whose law?
The Most High's law.
There you go. You get my point? Go ahead.
And doeth his will.
Uh-huh.
Him he heareth.
Him he heareth. Now who don't want to be heard by the Lord? Listen, we coming into a time, you're going to want to be heard by God. I'm telling you. When you read these prophecies, who's read the book of 2nd Esdras? Raise your hand. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, 2nd Esdras chapter 16. Anybody? Okay, trust me, you want to be heard by God in those days. I'm trying to tell you. When you read it, go home and read it. It'll change. It should change your life, you know. Or you just an infidel and you don't give a damn about nobody but yourself and your lust, what you lust after, right? Let's go to where we at? That was. Did we get to verse 27 on there? Let's go to verse 27. Continue where you left off. We're gonna end at verse 27. I think you was at like what 27?
I was in 26. Sir.
Yeah, that's fine.
Second Ezra's
There you go.
1 and 26. Whensoever ye shall call upon me, I will not hear ye.
Right.
For ye have defiled your hands with blood.
You defiled your hands with blood. Read on.
And your feet are swift to commit manslaughter.
Right. That's what we do as a people. Keep reading.
Ye have not, as it were, forsaken me.
You have not, as it were, forsaken me. The Most High is saying, you ain't forsake me, even though you forsook me, but you ain't forsake me. Keep going.
But your own self.
You forsook yourself. You hear that? That's God. Who can say something colder? He ain't really. You know, everything I did for you, you forgot me, you know. But essentially, you ain't really forsake me. You forsook yourself.
All right.
You forsook your family. You forsook your brother. You forsook your own life. Didn't we read, they that hate me love death?
Come.
Right? That's what we read. Because we lack the fear of the Lord. Let's go to Jeremiah 5 and 20. Let's read a little bit more. Jeremiah 5 and 20.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 20.
Read on.
Declare this in the house of Jacob and publish it in Judah, saying.
Right, Jeremiah was instructed to tell who this? Jacob and Judah. Who is Judah? Who is Jacob? Get him in the hand. You know what I mean? I'm Jacob. Not them. I'm Jacob. So let's listen to these words like he's talking to you, because he is. Right? Read on.
And publish it in Judah, saying. Hear now this, O foolish people.
Right, we, not you. This is general. You get my point? We are a foolish people. Read on.
And without understanding.
And we are without understanding. What does it mean when God says we are without understanding? We are without understanding. Read that part again, one more time.
Come. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not.
We are without understanding. What does that mean?
We don't know nothing.
We don't know nothing. That's true. I design.
I was gonna say like we're lost or blind.
That's true. Without understanding. All right, let me. Crowd Mashai.
That's like it, but we spoiled.
That's absolutely true. That's true. Crowd Desire.
I was gonna say dumb.
Sadish. The Lord did call us sadish. That means stupid. Go ahead, young man.
Hard-headed.
Absolutely. But what makes us without understanding?
Not knowing the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. But let's prove that. Go to Psalms 111 and 10. Psalms 111 and 10. Yep. Psalms 111 and 10.
The book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Most High.
The what?
The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. And good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
A good understanding. You hear that? Have all they that what?
Do his commandments.
So if you do his commandments, you have what?
Good understanding.
So why did he say what he said in Jeremiah 5? Go ahead, Aksan.
Because we weren't keeping the
Exactly. Right? Read it again. You see that? It's like you gotta have the precepts make it make sense. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5. You want me to start at verse 20, sir? Or
21.
21?
Yeah, 21's fine.
Verse 21. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding.
And without understanding. Now we know now we understand that, right? Go ahead.
Which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not.
What does that mean? Which have eyes and see not, ears and hear not. Krav Shot.
Which have eyes and see not. Basically, it's explaining that you see it in front of your face, but you don't do nothing.
Right. How do we know? Listen, I'm going to show you black people are Israelites in the Bible. Go to Ezekiel. Actually, keep going. We'll go there right now. Next.
Verse 22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord.
This is a question being posed to you, to me, to us. Right? Read it one more time.
Verse 22.
Read it as a question.
Fear ye not me, saith the Lord.
Fear ye not me? You're not. Wait a minute. That's how you gotta.
Right.
That's the spirit of that. Wait, you don't fear me, right? Fear ye not me. You're not afraid of what I'm capable of, right? Keep reading. But why is he saying that? Because we're people without understanding. We don't keep his laws, statutes, commandments. We don't obey his rules. We don't fear God. So he's asking, how the hell you don't fear me? Right? Obviously, I'm some joke. You don't fear me enough to not sleep with your neighbor's wife, to not steal, to not honor my Sabbath, to not come to my high holy days, right? To not put the drugs down. You don't fear me? Right? Read on.
Con. Will ye not tremble at my presence?
Will you not tremble at my presence? Because that's what we did in times past. Right? Keep reading.
Which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea.
Which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea. Read on.
By a perpetual decree.
By a perpetual decree. What is he talking about? The ocean. The beach. You ever wonder why the water don't overflow the land? Because God don't allow it to. You get my point? God can say, and allow the water to, you get my point?
Come.
You ever think about that? He said, but why is he saying that? I'm that powerful. The waters only could go so far and they come right back. I'm the reason why. And you don't fear me? I'm the one who smote the Egyptians. I'm the one that rained fire on Sodom and Gomorrah. I flooded the earth. You don't fear me? You get my point? You get the spirit of that verse?
Come.
You're not afraid of me. Okay, keep reading.
That it could not pass it. And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it.
You hear that, right? Keep reading. You go. Oh, let me help you out. Go run your bathtub water. Just, plug it up. Make sure the water can fill up, and then when the water gets to the top, let the water run, but stop the water from overflowing the tub. You do it. You get my point? Like, you're not as powerful as the Most High. You get what I mean? Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 23. But this people hath a revolting and a rebellious heart.
That's the point. Even though knowing who I am and what I've done for them, this people is a rebellious people. And have a get the definition, revolting. And have a revolting heart, mind, rebellious. That's what we are. That's what we are. Especially when it's one thing to do things in ignorance prior to coming to the truth. But once you learn, once you sit in that seat, it's an angel watching your every move. Don't find out the hard way. I'm telling you. This is nothing you've done in your life. There's an angel recording all the decisions you make. Every single last one, every single last choice. Everything you murmur in your mind. Everything you say under your breath is being documented. And when you stand before the Lord in that day to be judged, when you die, I mean, you're going to be judged. Okay, he did this that day, this. He did good right here, but he starts slipping right here. You wasn't really taking it seriously. You have a file with the Most High. You know that, right? There, you have your own not a collective file. I have a file. Karatazar has a file. You get my point? Hey, listen, I don't want none of the things I used to do on there. I just want good things. You get my point? I just want to make the Most High proud of me. That's to be the mindset we have. We want to fear the Lord and hope in His mercy so He can take pleasure in us, because ain't that what He delighted in? Y'all not tired of disobeying the Lord? Like, damn. Keep going. Oh, definition, revolt.
Of the Merriam-Webster, revolt. To renounce allegiance or subjection. To experience disgust or shock. To turn away with disgust.
To turn away with disgust. And the Most High said, we turn away with disgust in our mind. Right? We disgusted with God. That's what we are as a people. You see that? He said they have a revolting heart. Who is the they? Who is the they he's talking about, Kramashak?
Us.
Give that man a hand. That's exactly what I was looking for. Us. You hear that? Keep going in Jeremiah. Are you at verse
23?
Give me 23.
The book of The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 23. But this people hath a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone.
They're gone. We gone as a people. You look at us. You ever heard somebody, man, he gone. Yeah, no, we're gone. You see? Keep reading.
Verse 24.
That's it on that. Go to Ezekiel 33 and 30. Right? Let me show you what we do as a people. Remember, the Bible says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword. This is going to hit your spirit. You can go home, try and shake it off. It's going to be there. You know why? Because the word of the Most High is powerful. You get my point?
Okay.
Every word of God is pure. Why do you think atheists get so mad at the Bible? I thought the Bible wasn't true. Why is it working you up so much? You get my point? Because I'm hitting them spirits on you. Right? Go ahead.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses.
You know what Ezekiel used to do, Kratazar? Didn't he used to go out there and teach the people? He taught brothers and sisters. He was a prophet. He did exactly what we do. And we do exactly what he did. And this is what he's saying. Read it from the top.
Come on. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses.
Right. So meaning what? What are they doing? What was they doing to Ezekiel? Kratazar?
Gossiping about him.
Gossiping about him? Gossiping about what?
His work.
His work?
What he does.
What else? Gossiping about what? Not gossiping, but talking against what he was teaching. They go home, man, I don't know, man. I get that, but this right here, nah, man. That's the Lord is telling Ezekiel, right? Read on. Keep reading.
Come. By the walls and in the doors of the houses.
Right. Meaning places where they think nobody hears them. You see that? Read on.
Come. And speak one to another, every one to his brother.
Right.
Saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord.
Right. So they'd be like, let's go ahead and go to class. Or let's go to the street speaking. Let's go ahead and listen to him. Right? I pray. That's what they're saying amongst themselves. Yeah, I hear that. And, matter of fact, let's just go listen to him. Let's go hear what he got. Let's go hear what Ezekiel got to say. Let's go hear what Commander Giuliani has to say. Let's go hear what Kratazar has to say. Let's go to class tonight. Right? Read on.
Okay. Verse 31. And they come unto thee as the people come.
And they come to class. They go to camp as everybody else. Right? Read on.
and they sit before thee as my people.
And they sit there. It look like they listening to the Lord. Look like they want to change their lives to the Most High, right? But here's the thing: the Most High knows your mind, and I'm gonna prove it to you right now. Keep reading.
And they hear thy words.
And they hear thy words. Read on.
But they will not do them.
They'll hear them. You see that? They hear them. Oh, they hear it perfectly fine. They hear you, Ezekiel, but they will not do them. Read on.
For with their mouth they show much love.
With their mouth they show much love. Con, sir. Con. Right? Yeah, I'm all that. Read it again. With their mouth.
Con. But with their mouth they show much love.
No, for with.
Oh, Salakia. For with their mouth they show much love.
And what else?
But their heart goeth after their covetousness.
Keep reading.
Verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice.
Damn, you hear what God is saying? You know how they look at you, Ezekiel? Entertainment. You hear that? That's how you see. That's how they come to call like this is just, this is just something, this is a phase in life. You get my point? Keep reading.
And can play well on an instrument.
They think Jimi Hendrix. They put you in that box. Keep reading.
For they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Why is God allowed to say that? Because it must be entertainment if you hearing him and not doing what he said. You must take it as entertainment. You're not taking it seriously. Because why? You're hearing Ezekiel, you heard Christ, you heard Moses, etc. But you're not doing what they say do. Keep reading.
Come. Verse 33. And when this cometh to pass.
And when this comes to pass.
Lo, it will come.
And it will come.
Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Then you're going to know. When the things we say happen in your everyday life, when it's not 7 to 9 on Tuesday, when it's not 7 to 9 on Wednesday through Friday, when it ain't the Sabbath service, and you go out and do the things that brother on that podium was telling you not to do, then you're going to know the prophet among you, right? You're going to know that brother was giving you real. He wanted to see you live. He wanted to see you strive for perfection. Change your ways like he changed his ways.
Right.
Listen, you think I'm up here? You think I have ways to change myself? You get my point? I'm fighting to get on the chariot. I want to see my children live. What about you, Kratazah? You want to live, Ajazan? Yeah. Who want to live? Raise your hand. Act like it. You get my point? We can say we want to live. That's the point. But to actually want to live, there's something you have to do. Kratazah.
Precept, sir?
Give it to me.
1 John 3:18.
Perfect.
My little children, let us not love in word.
Let us not love in word.
Neither in tongue.
Neither in tongue.
But in deed and in truth.
But in deed and in truth. You hear that, right? What that mean, Ramat? Let us not love in word or in tongue. What that part mean?
I mean, love in action.
No.
I mean,
no, that's not it. What does let us not love in word or in tongue mean? Just that part.
Like, I can't explain it.
You know it.
No, that's just not coming to me.
No sweat. Help him out.
It's like it, sir. That means like let's not just talk about it. Or just do it with our mouths. Or let's not just love each other by saying we love each other.
Young man.
Words got an action.
Let us not love in word or in tongue. Close. Go ahead, brother. Close. Let us not, just that part. Let us not love in word or in tongue. Y'all all right, but there's a specific answer I'm looking for, Crowd Mashot.
So like I said, if I may, but basically, I feel like it's saying don't say nothing, just do it. If that makes sense. Just
Don't talk about it.
yeah, don't talk about it.
Just don't talk about it. You know what I mean? What's the rest of it say? Kratazal?
Neither in tongue,
Uh-huh.
but in deed and in truth.
But how? And what does deed mean? Deed. But in deed and in truth. Get Isaiah 29:13. And someone hold James 1:22. Crowd my shot.
So like I'll give a stab at it.
Give it to me.
So like indeed means like work,
Deed.
like working.
Okay,
That
so
makes sense.
that's what? If you're working, that is considered
Lord's wood. Work.
In
exam
action.
action.
Oh,
You get my point? You're not at this point. You ain't talking about it. You're about it,
right.
right?
Okay.
Christ could have talked about dying for us, and but he actually went and did it. You see that?
Okay.
You can talk about serving God. You can wear a headpiece. You can stop getting lineups and stop getting tattoos. But you still do other things. You don't really serve God. You gotta keep all of his rules. You know what I mean? You can't lay with a woman on her monthly. You know that, right? You can't lay with a woman for a certain amount of time after she has a newborn daughter or a newborn son. You gotta stop doing those things. You understand? You can't come to class unclean.
Right.
What brothers understand the concept of being clean and unclean? We're gonna move on to the next subject. Keep reading.
You want to Genesis or
That's it on that, right? Give me James 1:22.
oh, it's like it's 19 and 1.
No, I think that's the point on that. Throw it. And what's the other one I asked for? James 1:22. Oh, can't forget Luke 6:46. Get that for me. I want James 1:22, Luke 6:46, and there was another one. Isaiah 29:13. Give me Isaiah. Jamel, give me James. And Ramat, go to the book of Proverbs, whole Proverbs. 1:22. We're gonna look at it like that, all right? Who got to go at that?
This is James 1:22. But be ye doers.
But be what?
Doers.
Doers of what?
Of the word.
Read on.
And not hearers only.
And not hearers only. What was the problem in Ezekiel 33 and 30? On down to verse 33. They were hearers only. Sounded great. Now I'm Israelite, man, I know, man, Hushai and King David, Shield of David, boom. But, you're still in your ways. You're still in your ways. What are you looking at Christ. This is what you do. I've said this before. When you come in here and you learn, right, Kratazal? And you turn your back on what you learn, and you don't apply it. You don't give it your all to be obedient to the Lord. You look at Christ on that cross, and you spit on him.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You might as well chant "Crucify him." That's what you're doing. You were one of the ones who wanted him to die. You didn't give a damn if he died or not. It meant nothing to you. So every time you sin, just know that's what you're telling Christ. And believe me, he has a list for who he coming for when he come back. Right? Don't it say, behold, every eye shall see him? Behold, he coming with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, even them which pierced him. Those people back today. They don't know that they was one of the ones that pierced him, but they're gonna know in that day. I don't know how, but they're just gonna know. They might have a flashback. You know how they say a light flash right before your eyes? They might see, come back to reality, off with their head. Christ is coming back, man. Christ Christ is coming to get down. I want to get down with him, not, I'm trying to go against him.
Right.
Bible says, Revelation 19:11, he cometh to judge and make war. Coming to judge you on your actions, judge everybody, judge the earth. And he's coming to make war. He's going to interrupt it. Like the Bible prophesies that everybody is going to be World War III, the third woe, right? It's coming quickly. It's coming. Tensions is rising between the nations. And then he's going to return. Or it's like it. As everyone is fighting. That's how it said. As everybody is fighting, they're going to, when Christ cracked the sky open, they're going to take the attention off of each other and towards him. You get my point? And they're going to try their best. You think I'm lying? Why does the United States have a, what is that called?
Space Force.
A space force. For what? Why did he say that? What did he say after that?
They confirmed it as extraterrestrial.
And I can't say the word. Impending danger from, outside Earth. Ronald Reagan, what was that, Reagan? She said the same thing. And in the case of that, we got to all come together. They know, right, the Space Force part, they know very well that Christ is coming. How do I know that they know? Go to Revelation 12 and 12. Revelation 12 and 12. Not your Joe Schmo who's high off crack under the freeway in San Bernardino, Edomite. He don't even know who the hell he is. You get my point? I'm talking about them higher ups. They know exactly who you are. They put it in the movies.
Right.
They put it in the books.
Right.
The top scholars, they all know. Top archaeologists, they all know.
Right.
Revelation 12 and 12.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Right. Rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Read on.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
What that mean, young man? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea.
Destruction.
Get them in hand. So then make sure, paying attention. Right? Go ahead.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
The devils come down unto you having great wrath. Who's the devil? Esau. Right? I gotta tell you why he's the devil. We are pretty solid on that, right? He shows you that every day.
Come.
What else?
Because he knoweth.
He what?
He knoweth.
What do you know?
That he hath but a short time.
That's how I know he know. The Bible telling you he know. He knows he has a short time. Short time what? Short time what? He knows that. You telling me that Esau knows he has a short time? For what? A short time to what? To rule the earth. Based on what? What the Quran says? Look, Esau don't give a damn about the Quran. You don't make him nervous when you sell bean pies on the corner. You don't make him nervous. You get my point? That's not a threat to him and what he got going on. That's not making his time short. You being a 7-day Adventist, or you going to the Baptist church? That was started by the KKK, right? But you're a Baptist. But what is it that makes him realize his time is short? See that brother coming all black. When you see that brother put fringes on his clothes. You see that sisters wear dresses and cover their heads. You get my point? That's when he's like, okay, yeah, time getting short. They were Negroes is waking up.
Right.
There was a reason why they was able to infiltrate and get rid of the Black Panthers and not us. Because God wasn't behind them. God is behind us.
Right.
You get my point? Because we support brothers not doing drugs. We support that. We're anti-abortion. You get my point? We're doing everything God says to do. So the Lord gonna be on our side, and there's nothing he can do against it. He knows he has a short time. You get my point? Keep reading.
Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child.
Right, that's another subject, but you know, who can tell me what let's talk about?
Talk about
persecuted us to the earth. The dragon is Esau.
Right, the woman is I know the man child is Christ.
The man child is Christ.
I don't know who the woman is.
Us, we're the woman. Right, remember Jeremiah, he said, I've likened the children of Israel to a comely and delicate woman.
Okay.
You get my point? But if y'all ever want to go over Revelation 12 or something like that, we can, you know, I'm itching to. That's like it. But go ahead. Luke 6:46.
The book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 46.
And someone hold Exodus 20. Go ahead.
Why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things I say?
Why call you me Lord, Lord, and say not the things that I say do?
And do not the things which I say.
And do the things that I say.
And do not the things which I say.
And do not. Get my point? Start doing, man. What you waiting on? What you waiting on? You waiting for Christ to return? You're holding us back. You get my point? With each puff. You get my point? You're showing you hate yourself. Every time you go over to that woman's house when her husband gone. How sick of a person are you? You feel me? Every time you choose the oppressor over your brother. You have black Donald Trump supporters? Like, how crazy is that? You ever seen that movie Get Out? Yeah, that's what they need to do. Like, we're destroyed as a people. Remember he said, they are gone. Ye are gone. You think Chillins is fire. We gone. Chillins? Who knows what chillins are? Crop Mashak.
Pork, basically like the guts.
Oh yeah, pork, bro. Come on, man. He said pork. Yeah. Like the intestines, right? Go ahead, sis. You want? What's the? It smell good when you cook chillins, right?
Yes, it smells really good.
To our people.
It does. What used to?
Hey, no, real talk. But no, that's.
It did when I used to eat pork.
No, yeah, exactly. But that's how gone we are. Because when you wake up, you're like, that's sting, right? But it didn't bother you when you was in the world.
Right.
You everybody laughing. Ate chillins.
I still hate it.
Well, y'all eat shrimp? You see shrimp? You see crab? You ate chillins. It's all unclean and disgusting and nasty. But you thought it was something, you know, man, we on the beach, you know what I mean? Drinks, snow crab. You thought you was on, right? God said, you gone. You gone.
Right.
You see that? Gone where? Your mind is out of there, man. But chillins is, I believe, to be exact, is pig intestines, right, sis? Mm-hmm. Pig intestines, right? Pork bacon. You used to eat pork bacon, right? You knew when someone was in the morning cooking pork bacon. Right. You smell it.
Right.
You didn't even have to put grease to cook pork bacon, right? You loved it. You was gone. You was gone. How gone do you have to be to do ecstasy? That's a serious question. To do coke. You don't, in your mind, you don't think you're gone. You're gone. You're dead. But look, it's like, why don't you want to live? You don't want to be obedient to, you know, the Most High? For what? Where is that ever led anybody? For real. You know what I mean? Look at anybody who turned their back on the Most High, they gone, brother.
Right.
What happened to Judas? Judas knew the truth. Judas was in class. Judas was at camp. And what did Judas do? With all the information he learned, what did he do? Go ahead, Crumble Shot.
Turn his back on
He
it.
turned his back on it. And what was his outcome? What was his end?
Killed himself.
He killed himself. Why did he kill himself? I design.
Sloggy, if I just make sure I get this correct, didn't he, make sure I get this right, he sold out Christ for like shekels of silver?
Yes, but why did he kill himself?
If I remember, I'm just paraphrasing, he realized what he did, like it finally like hit him.
That's true, young man.
Killed.
That's it. The shame and guilt overwhelmed him. He invited Satan and his minions, his unclean spirits, into his spirit once he turned his back on Christ. You think, hey, play with spirits if you want to.
All right.
Not me. I don't even watch paranormal activity movies. I don't play with any of that. That was a joke. The water. But you get my point. Ain't nothing wrong with watching scary movies. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But when you get into like for example, what do they do in the world? Oh, I'm a Scorpio. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. I eat my cereal. I pour my cereal first, then my milk because I'm a Cancer. Stupid stuff. You know what I mean? No, that was an actual post. Like really? It's just because that's not your preference? You get my point? Tarot cards, palm readings, divinations. What else? Seances. I'm talking to one of Uncle Charles, if you hear me.
Numerology.
Huh?
Numerology?
Numerology? Yeah, people take pictures of someone's license plate and say 111. Forget about it. The red sleeve just split. You get my point? That don't mean nothing. All of that means nothing. You put more faith into that than you not eating pork. You get my point? You not coveting. You remembering the Sabbath. All those things mean nothing, but you getting a palm reading means everything. Right? Because that what was her name, man? Miss Cleo? That was Miss Cleo, right? Yeah. What was she? She was a scam. She was a damn scam.
Right.
And you fell for it. This ain't no scamming here. I guarantee you, you stop eating the things you ain't supposed to eat, watch your health change. Right? You don't know how many tapeworms and things is in your body right now. Eating you alive. That's why you can't gain weight. A lot of brothers come in here, they gain weight. You notice that? Ain't that right, Cruz? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. It's true though, but there's a reason why. You want me to get the precept? I'm gonna get the precept. Listen, you think I'm joking? It's metaphoric, but it's funny. Go to Proverbs. It's for your reference. It's Proverbs 28:25, but it's I'm just kidding. But you do gain weight. Why? You stop doing drugs. Once you stop doing drugs, you start to care about your hygiene. You notice that? You clip your nails, clean your nails, clean your ears out. When all you're doing is getting high, you don't look at yourself. Go in the mirror and just look at yourself. Are you happy? Or are you depressed inside? You trying to smoke it away. You try to deal with other men's wives, right? Because that's what makes you happy, right? No, that is what is slowly killing you. Kratazai.
My kids are. It's like every time you want to go do what that demon wants you to do. It's like I said this yesterday. It's like you're the dog on the collar.
Oh yeah.
Right to that demon is to your downfall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, exactly. The demon will get you to do, listen, like in your mind, you know it's wrong doing what you're doing is wrong, but you do it anyway. That's how you know it's a demon. To do something knowingly wrong and trying to make excuses, that's a spirit. You got a spirit on you. There's a reason why, like I mentioned with brothers and sisters who live a certain lifestyle, you know what I mean? Pimps, drug addicts, you understand? they don't really care about their hygiene. There's a reason why. There's a reason why when all those legion of demons was on that one brother, he didn't wear no damn clothes. Right? He didn't even want to go into to rooms. Because you know why? He was gone.
Right.
You get my point? Here, you don't have to be gone. You can have a head on your shoulders. You can change your life. You don't have to get, more tattoos. You want to be like YG? For what? What is he doing? You think the Lord is taking pleasure in what he doing? He got his coming if he don't repent. Right? You see the outcome of those who turn their back on the truth in real life, not just in what we read every day. Right? All your childhood friends, how many of them made it past 25? How many of them died of cancer? Got in a horrific car accident? Because they was under the influence of something. You get my point? Died of gang violence. You want to be that? You want to be another statistic? That's what you want to be? Another hashtag? That's what you want to be? That's what your life is, right? You want to be someone, hashtag whoop-de-whoop. You put your mural on the wall, and then they forget about you in 2 weeks. All because you want to do what you want to do. Go ahead, Krebs.
Precept.
Hit me with it.
Hebrews 10:26.
Oh, yeah.
For if we sin willfully.
If we sin willfully, brother. What does it mean to sin willfully? Willful, Krab Mashak.
To know what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah. But what is the Spirit going to tell you in your mind? I'm all right. I'm good. I'm good. God knows my heart. How Christian? Right? Yeah, he know your heart all right. And it is desperately wicked. You are revolted and gone. And rebellious. That's what he said. Read on.
For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
Break it down.
And if we go out there and sin, on your own accord, doing what you want to do, you know it's wrong, there remaineth no sacrifice for sins. You can't come back from that. Because you've now received the truth and turned your back on it.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah. You're gone. You're gonna be gone mentally, and then the Lord gonna make sure you're gone from the earth. You understand? Like we got a lot of us have, as a people, we have a problem with changing because we care more about how we feel about things versus what the text actually says. I don't know. I feel like versus just going by what the Bible says. You talk to people, yeah, I don't eat pork. They're like, you don't eat pork? Nah, why you don't eat pork? Oh, it says in Leviticus 11:7 not to eat swine's flesh. Okay, but what if I do this? Like, you don't need a scientific breakdown on why you're not supposed to eat pork. You know why you don't eat pork? Remind.
God said it.
That's it. I don't need to know when you pour Coca-Cola on it and put it under this much heat. I'm not going to eat it just because God said not to. I'm not going to look into the science of now I could. Afterwards, like, man, that's disgusting. You understand? But I don't because God said not to. I don't sleep with other men's wives because that's gay. You understand? I don't sleep with my aunties. That's against the law. I don't sleep with, for women, my own father. That's against the law. That's a sin. You understand? That is it's more than just eating pork. That's not sins. I hope you understand. You got it, but that's why you come here, you learn, you study. Right? We talked about it. Certain ways you can groom yourself. Certain ways you can't groom yourself. Hygiene is in the law. Being clean. Right? We didn't really go over the laws of being clean and unclean, but we discussed it lightly. Right? You're not supposed to come to class unclean. So when you go home, read what is that? Leviticus 15. Right? You don't want to be unclean when you come. So that, then you got to manage your time better. How bad you want to come to class, or you want to get unclean. Right? So all of those things, you build what in here? Discipline. Because all your life you've been undisciplined.
Right.
All of our life. Try being disciplined and see where it gets you. Right? Like someone who wants to go to the gym and lose weight. They're overweight. How they gonna lose that weight? By lollygagging? Or by what? Being disciplined. Being disciplined on that diet. Discipline going to the gym. Right? By changing their life. If you don't change your life, you're gonna keep getting the same results. Right or wrong. Okay. And don't expect your life to change, and you don't. You're gonna sit right where you at, stagnant as hell.
Right.
And it's okay, brothers who feel like, you know, and I don't know, man, I want to change. I know it's the right thing to do, but stop right there. Stop with the buts. Just do it. I want to say something else, but I'm on camera. Just do it. Just do it. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for you. I want to see you live. Get Ezekiel 18. This is probably the last precept. Ezekiel 18 and 30. The whole point of Christ dying, brother. The whole point. What you doing? What are you doing right now? Tell me what you do every day of the week. What the hell do you do? Nothing. You're wasting your life. That's what you're doing.
Right.
You're wasting it. You're going to be another statistic, I promise you. Turn your back on the Lord if you want to. And you're going to be Judas. Keep going. Where we at?
The book of Ezekiel chapter 18 and 30, sir?
Read that.
Come on. The book of Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 30. Therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel.
Who's Israel? Kramashak.
Me, sir.
Aitzan.
Me, sir.
Ramak. Who's Israel?
Me.
Get the point? I know you on it. You know, he like, pick me, sir. I got it. I'm Jacob. I'm Israel. Keep reading.
Come on. Everyone according to his ways.
Everyone according to his ways. You get my point? Not everything according to what he says, everything that he listens to, but everything according to his ways is how we'll be judged. Isaiah Revelation chapter 20. Right? Keep reading.
Come on. Saith the Lord God.
Read on.
Repent.
God don't exist though, Kradzah. God don't exist. So what need I to fear? What Psalms 14 and 1 said? The fool saith in his heart, there is no God. You're going to find out the hard way that there is. I remember it was the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. You know Stephen Hawking? The Edomite in the wheelchair? The proclaimed genius. He said, there is no God. And the beef said, when he died, said, there's no Stephen Hawking. God.
I know.
You get my point? Come on, man. People think this is a joke. Keep reading.
Come on. Repent.
I'm telling you about, the Bible is telling you about your life, and I don't even know you. You understand? Because it told me about mine, and I didn't even know the brother. How you know? Wait a minute. I did? Damn. I do feel like that.
All right.
You know why? Because it's not the brother, it's the word of the Lord. Like if I was up here teaching from, you know, the manual from, you know, whatever, a worker's guide, but from AutoZone, that's not gonna change your life. You understand? But this Bible, it'll change your life for either the good or the worse. Keep going.
Come on. Repent. And turn yourselves from all your transgressions.
That's what God is saying. Turn yourself. Read on.
So iniquity shall not be your ruin.
It's going to be your ruin.
Shall not be your ruin.
It's going to be your ruin. Right? You want to come to the truth, but your best friend, y'all both coming, or it could be 5 of y'all, I'm speaking from experience, and y'all come, and you're the only one that want to stay. The other one's like, I know, but you know, I want to just get this money and da-da-da. Don't allow someone else to keep you from the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
You want the kingdom of heaven, right? Don't allow prostitutes to keep you from the kingdom of heaven. Don't allow drugs to keep you from the kingdom of heaven. You understand?
Come on.
Don't. Why you're gonna allow those things to keep you from the kingdom, brother? We fighting for the kingdom, where we're in rulership, where we call the shots, where the air is fresh at, where I see Edomites tilling the ground, and I got like 10 sons growing up strong, cold, decked out in garments, and I could just sit back like, man, I see not just like down the block. So look out, you know what I mean? Everything. That's what you gotta be in the mindset of, man, because now I'm in damn San Bernardino. You understand? But this is the kingdom. Didn't Christ say the kingdom of heaven is within you? Right? But this is just a glimpse of the kingdom. Like at Passover, brothers went to Passover, come to certain holy days, it's a vibe in the room, which is the spirit of the Lord. You get my point? Versus, parties and clubs. The vibe is different. You get my point? We fighting. We ain't here because we want the kingdom. We want the kingdom of heaven. We want to be delivered. We want to look down on the destruction, not be a part of it. We want to be in them chariots looking down. We don't want to be on earth looking up at the chariots and seeing brothers get beamed up. You understand? But you high as hell, about to die. How you know Christ ain't coming back tonight? Who could tell me when Christ's coming? Nobody. Christ don't even know when he's coming. Only the Most High. Whenever the Most High flip that switch, he coming, whether you change your life or not. You understand? So you play with it if you want to. You know what I mean? You play with it if you want to. That's the end on that. And what was the last one? Revelation 20 and 12, and then we'll end the class.
The book of Revelations, chapter 20, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And I saw the dead, small and great.
This is John. He's seeing a vision. I saw the dead. Read on.
Small and great.
Small and great. Read on.
Stand before God.
Stand before the Most High. Right? Read on.
And the books were opened.
And the books were opened. So you have people, small and great, who stood before the Most High and Yahushua. You see that? And the books were opened. What does this mean? Your records. Your records, your personal file was opened before the Most High. Read on.
And another book was opened.
And another book was opened. That's the law. You see that? Imagine a court system. You on trial, or you about to face whatever judgment it is. Because what they say in court, or man, they threw the book at me. Right? As I said, the books were open. And then there was another book. We got your file, and we got the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Read on.
Which is the book of life.
Which is the book of life. That's that other book. Read on.
And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works.
According to their what?
To their works.
You hear that, right? Read on. Oh, that's it on that, right?
Common concert.
So what, how you going to be judged? What are your works? You going to camp? You helping brothers? You with the brotherhood? Or you with the world? Because listen, there's no in the middle. You either with Christ or against him. That's it. Ain't no in the middle. Ain't no in the middle, sis. You either with Christ or you're not. Get my point? So any questions? All right. I'm going to pass the class to Priest Officer Cartazar. Yeah.
All right, men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, Elijah. Give him a hand. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Well, we're going to start our faces, sisters, you may stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, and the sisters, you repeat after the first salute. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat. Amajim, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar, Alatham Hashem Yahushai.
and with that, Yajimata, class is dismissed.